There you go. There's a great name for those who are having babies. You know, Horatio. Hey, Horatio! Yeah. Horatio Spafford wrote this song. This is a guy, very successful, very wealthy man, prominent lawyer in the city of Chicago back in the 1800s. Happily married, loved his wife, 4 daughters, beautiful girls, 1 young son, 4-year-old son. Very plugged in activist in the abolitionist movement back in the late 1870s or early 1860s. Very generous, very hospitable, gave a lot of money to D.L. Moody, the great evangelist at the time, and heavily invested in real estate in Chicago. I mean, look at this guy. Life is good for Horatio. Life is good. Things are going up. And then 1870 hits. 1870, his 4-year-old son dies of scarlet fever. Ugh. 1870, if you know anything about Chicago, is the Great Chicago Fire. Destroys most of the city. He's into real estate in Chicago, goes up in smoke. 2 years later, he and his wife said, we got to de-stress, we got to take a vacation. And so they and another family get on a ship and they sail to Europe. At the last minute, Horatio has a business deal come down, and so he says to his wife, listen, I will meet you on the other side of the pond, but I got to take care of business, but then I'll meet you over there. So he puts his wife and 4 daughters on a ship. They get out into the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. They crash into another vessel. The ship sinks. Spafford gets a telegram, cable. Today it would be a text or an email. And all it says is this: saved alone. What shall I do? It's a cable from his wife, who survived the shipwreck, but all 4 daughters drowned. So the guy gets on a ship and heads across the ocean to meet his wife. Has all kinds of time to reflect about the last 2 years, all the things he's lost. Tells the captain, when we get over the spot where the ship went down, can you come to my cabin and let me know? And so the captain does, and they get to the spot out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And Spafford starts penning a poem. And in his poem, he expresses a lot of this anguish, but also the incredible hope that he has in Jesus. And so he writes these words: when peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well. It is well with my soul. Though Satan should buffet, though trials should come, let this blessed assurance control that Christ has regarded my helpless estate and has gave his own blood for my soul. My sin, oh the bliss of this glorious thought, my sin, not in part but the whole, is nailed to the cross, and I bear it no